Hey Apple, while you're at it, can you fix this fogging up problem? Update before I jump into this video. Last week I made a video talking about Wacom, and little did I know, Anna Laura had already had one picked out to give to me on our anniversary. Had no idea. I couldn't be more excited. I will keep you posted all the way. I'll let you know how it goes switching from a trackpad to a Wacom tablet. Okay, today we are looking to the future with Apple Glass. Last week, there were some massive leaks about Apple Glass released. It might be a little weird that I'm talking about Apple rumors. I don't normally talk about Apple rumors. But let me explain. In my opinion, this product is going to change the landscape of design forever. This could potentially be the most important product of my entire career. These rumors were released by someone named John Prosser, who has an incredible track record with such leaks. Here's what we can speculate from those leaks. Well, this is obvious, but Apple wants these to be worn by as many people as possible. And there are a couple of ways that they're making sure that that happens. Number one is through price. These bad boys are only supposed to cost $500 according to these leaks. Plus, you have to pay for the price of prescription lenses, but seriously, that's not much different than a designer pair of glasses frames anyways. I mean, that's totally doable. The second way that they're accomplishing this is by making them stylized. You know, like Apple always does. They want you to want them on your face even if they didn't have technology in them. Apparently, there might even be a special Steve Jobs edition where you can get his old traditional round frames in Apple Glass. Another really important detail about the Apple Glass First Edition is that it supposedly will not have a camera. Apple is trying to draw a line in the sand between them and Google Glass. The disaster that was kind of Google Glass. It was so cool, but it had some major flaws. One of those main flaws is that you couldn't tell when somebody was recording you when they were wearing those glasses. And then Snapchat Spectacles came out, and they even had to add a ring of light that showed that they were actually recording, but then people started putting tape over it. What weirdos. Anyways, Apple wanted to separate themselves from that world completely, and I think it's a bold play. I'm sure that Apple has had some major troubleshooting and some engineering feats to get their AR capabilities to work without that camera there. In fact, I learned something interesting. These glasses will use LiDAR instead of cameras. And if you remember back in March, Apple released an iPad with LiDAR AR. And the whole purpose of them releasing that device was to gather intel for this LiDAR that will be in Apple Glass. It's all connected. All right, another important detail. These apparently will not be projection-based like Google Glass. They will apparently be built into the actual lens. And that's what I'm gonna stop at because I don't understand. I don't know how that works, or I don't get it. All right, another detail, similar to the first generation Apple Watch, the computing and processing will be done through an iPhone. The first iterations of the Apple Watch were totally dependent on the iPhone, but over time, it's become a much more powerful force on its own. And that's what's going to happen with Apple Glass. This is an important detail for designers to know because we're most likely going to be operating in a limited playground for the first few versions of Apple Glass. 3D requires some seriously heavy computing power. And the fact that the visuals will be happening up here, the processing will be happening down here in our pockets, I just think there's going to be some information lost from here to here. And I think as designers, we're going to have to, at the beginning, have to be really crafty in the ways that we create our files, compress our files. I think our models are gonna have to be low poly. I think our textures are gonna have to be low res. I think that there are gonna be a lot of compromises in these beginning stages because the computing power is happening in our pockets and instead of in our glass. Really, this doesn't match Apple's protocol of making sure everything looks good. So I think that they have some plan for this up their sleeve, and it honestly could be 5G. 5G could solve that processing problem. We could transmit data so much faster that we could actually use things that look good. I'm sure that they're working on it. Maybe it's a problem that's currently here, but not a problem that will be here in 2 years. Final leak. According to Prosser, Apple Glass was supposed to be released at their iPhone event this fall as a one more thing at the event. But with coronavirus, Apple doesn't want to release a product at an event where all the press can't be there, so it's looking like it's being delayed until spring or potentially next fall. Okay, that's all the information I have on the leak. And for all, I will state that this could all be not true. I mean, Apple could have secretly fed that information to Jon Prosser to trick him and trick us. But that's not even the important part. The important thing is that we use this as a wake-up call, because this product and other products, Facebook's working on one, HoloLens from Microsoft, these products are about to hit the market, and we should use this as a wake-up call to be ready for those products when they hit. Oh, just wanted to get the conversation started today. I'm sure we'll talk about this more and more over the next couple of years. Would love to know your thoughts on Apple Glass. Are they as big of a deal as I think they are? Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing week. I will see you next Tuesday. I see the